Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we have a very special story for you called The Mountain and the Pebble. This is a tale about humility, perspective, and the power of consistency. In a small, peaceful valley surrounded by towering mountains, there lived a young boy named Elias. Ever since he was a child, Elias was fascinated by the mountains. He watched the sun rise over the peaks and wonder what it would be like to stand on top of one. Everyone in the valley would tell him the mountains are too tall, too treacherous. No one dares climb them, just enjoy them from below. But Elias had a dream. He wanted to stand on the highest peak in the land. He wanted to know what it felt like to touch the sky. One evening, as the village elders gathered around the fire, Elias approached them. "I want to climb the tallest mountain," he said with a spark in his eyes. "I want to see the world from the top." The elders laughed. "You're young, you don't know the dangers. The mountain is not just tall, it's unpredictable. It can change on a whim. You'll face cold winds, harsh terrain, and endless obstacles. It's not for someone like you." But Elias, undeterred, smiled and said, "I may be young, but I'm not afraid. I will go, and I will return, and I will prove to myself that no mountain is too high to climb." The elders saw the determination in Elias's eyes, and despite their concerns, they knew better than to stand in the way of his dreams. They gave him some dry food and a sturdy walking stick, and with a mix of apprehension and admiration, let him start his journey. And so Elias began his ascent. The initial part of the climb was relatively easy. The path was clear, and the young boy's heart soared with each step closer to the mountain's summit. However, as he ventured deeper into the foothills, the terrain changed. The weather shifted, and a dense fog rolled in. The temperature dropped, and the wind began to howl, making it harder to see. The path ahead became obscured. The rocks were jagged and sharp, and Elias found himself battling not only the elements, but also doubts that whispered in his ear, "Turn back, it's too dangerous." Despite the challenges, Elias pressed on, driven by his dream of reaching the top. On the third day of his journey, as he neared the summit, a fierce storm hit. The winds howled like a wolf's cry, and the snow began to fall heavily, covering the path and obscuring the trail. Blinded by the snow and buffeted by the wind, Elias stumbled on, each step becoming a battle against the unforgiving terrain. Just when his hopes started to dwindle, he spotted something peculiar, small pebble nestled amidst the snow. It was barely noticeable, but as Elias took a step forward, the pebble rolled down the side of the mountain, revealing a worn path. Intrigued, Elias followed the pebble's path. To his surprise, it led him to a cave hidden behind a veil of falling snow. Rushing into the cave, Elias found shelter from the storm. Inside, the air was still, the wind hushed, and he could hear the echo of his own breathing. After resting in the cave for a while, Elias noticed a faint trail leading out of it. Hope surged through him. He followed the trail, which soon emerged from the cave, leading upwards towards the summit. After what felt like an eternity, the storm finally subsided, and as the clouds parted, Elias emerged from the cave. The sight that greeted him was breathtaking. The sun shone brightly, illuminating the vast world below. The view was panoramic, stretching as far as the eye could see. Rivers wound through the landscape like silver threads, and the forests below glittered with emerald hues. Elias had reached the top of the mountain. Overcome with emotion, Elias sat down on a nearby rock, realizing that the journey was as transformative as the destination. He had faced his fears, persevered through challenges, and in doing so had discovered a strength within himself he never knew existed. As he basked in the glory of his accomplishment, Elias pulled out the small pebble from his pocket. He examined the pebble, now a symbol of his triumph. "You were right," he said softly. "It's not about how big you are or how fast you move. It's about the persistence to keep going, no matter what." With this newfound wisdom, Elias began his descent, carrying with him the memory of his triumph and the humble pebble as a reminder of the power of persistence. The moral of the story: great things are not always achieved by the strongest or the fastest, but by those who are willing to persist, step by step, even when the path is unclear. This story teaches us that no matter how daunting the task ahead may seem, consistent effort and a determined spirit can pave the way to success. It's a reminder that the journey is as important as the destination, and every step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. We hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such tales. And if you have any stories of your own or any other comments, feel free to share them below. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep climbing your mountains, little listener, and never lose sight of your dreams.